It's my very great pleasure to invite one of my former students from SSP 22, Leonard Guzman.
Hi everyone, I'm Leonard de Guzman. I'm SSP 2022 in Lisbon. There's a handful of us out here. Really wonderful to see you. Thank you so much. Israel is my first time here. Will not be my last. I'm very much looking forward to visiting more and very appreciative to get to see all of my wonderful alumni mates, new and old as well too. So I'm with Katalyst Space Technologies. We're a defense tech company based in the United States focused on dynamic space operations. We believe that dynamic space operations is critical to a changing and evolving environment. And what we're doing is building autonomous robotic spacecraft that are multi-mission and maneuverable to meet that particular need. Our goal is to have a proliferated fleet of these spacecraft on orbit that are able to perform a range of dynamic space operations, from space domain awareness missions to hardware upgrades on orbit installed post-launch to life extension missions. Am I too short? No. Is there a clicker? Do I just... Thank you. Yeah, we're a relatively new and small company. We're 50 or so people in the United States. The headquarters is in Arizona, and the engineering facilities, there we go, Flagstaff, Arizona. The engineering facilities are in Colorado, Denver, and the BD shop, which is where I live, is in Washington, DC. So I'm focused on commercial business development, so trying to take our products abroad to international clients and partners. One of the, here we go. So we have an upcoming mission that's a really exciting one. Has anyone here heard of the NASA Swift Observatory? A couple of people. So it's been up for about 21 or so years, and it's done some amazing scientific work. I believe it's the most tasked observatory behind Hubble. It's able to detect black holes. Some people might have even done some thesis research or study based on data collected by Swift. And it's actually predicted to burn up in the atmosphere in the back half of this year. I think there's maybe a 10% chance in June that it will have burned up, and a 90% chance in December that it will have. And so it's in dire need of saving or rescuing or replacing. I think it's going to cost in the order of $500 million or more to replace, and that wasn't necessarily possible within the current budget arrangements. And so NASA called us up to see if we were able to do a life extension. There was us plus 2 other companies that competed for the contract, and we fortunately were able to win it. We signed the contract in September last year, and we are going to launch our mission in June this year. So it's about 9 months and change from contract signature to launch. And we need to get to about 21 degrees to be able to service the spacecraft. So it's a bit of an odd orbit. And what we're going to be launching on is the Northrop Grumman Pegasus XL. There's one of them left in storage. I think the last launch was maybe 4 years ago, and they've dusted it off for us to be able to launch us. It'll be done out of Kwajalein. It's the atoll in the Pacific. And so we're going to launch June this year, and then do the autonomous rendezvous and dock with the Swift spacecraft, and then reboost its altitude a couple of 100 kilometers to try and save it. And so that'll buy it another decade or so lifespan. There we go. That's a LEO mission. We're also going to be flying a GEO mission next year. So we've got a servicing spacecraft called Nexus. It's multi-mission. It can fly our entire suite of products. So space domain awareness missions, hardware upgrades, and life extension missions. And so we'll be launching it next year. The first part of the mission is going to be rendezvousing and docking with a client spacecraft and installing a hardware upgrade on orbit. The hardware upgrade has its own power and its own comms, so it doesn't draw down on the host. It really just has a mechanical interface. And that particular hardware upgrade is an SDA sensor that's going to be able to collect SDA data and then provide that to clients downstream. We do have additional capacity available after the initial mission, which could be anything else that another client wants. Another hardware upgrade on orbit, a life extension mission, or any number of servicing missions as part of our profile. But again, the ISU program that I did in SSP 22 allowed me to meet some very, very wonderful people that changed my life. I actually wasn't working in the space industry at the time. I got so impassioned by it that I would take leave from my job. I would pay for my own way to go to conferences. And it was an incredibly life-defining experience for me. So I know that there was only a handful of us on stage here earlier that were ISU alumni. If there's anyone in the audience that is not an ISU alumni, I very much encourage you to attend a program. ESC, SSP, if you can find the time, the whole year master's or longer program. For me, it was incredibly life-changing. It shaped my future, and I really hope that you all get the same wonderful experience as well too. If anyone's interested in life extension or hardware upgrades on orbit or space domain awareness, please let me know. That's something that we'd very much be welcoming as well too. Thank you.